Hi, family. Here we are. We're here again, you know, with my beautiful wife next to me. But the reality is, I wanted it, it's been in my heart, God placed it in my heart to speak about matrimony. And I know I have videos on matrimony, prior to this. But the reason it's in my heart is because, again, I don't know how true it is with numbers. I spoke about drugs, how the numbers, that people's relapsing and things like that. Same thing with the numbers. I'm saying this corona, a lot of people been breaking up and having a hard time and having to go to counseling and everything because it's been hard for them to deal with one another, and
You
so,
said domestic violence numbers were up too?
yeah, the domestic violence numbers are up, you know. So, and it's sad. It's sad because, I mean, everybody's not the same. I think it's sad because this is the time that we need to be together. This is the real time. If you didn't show your love before, this is the time to show it, not destroy it. Because if you can't love yourself and you can't love your spouse, who are you gonna love? You know? This is the right time. This is when you together with with sickness, health, and this plays a big role in that as well. This is the time you'll need each other. This is the time you get to know if you know one another,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you see him or you see her upset, give it a minute. Give it a minute. Because everybody go through situations in different ways,
Mm-hmm.
right? And by you putting wood in the fire, it's not gonna help. And I mean, I'm not no, I don't got no degree on this. This is just a reality. People talk about me and my wife and talk about how wow we the best couple, we the best this, we the best that. They don't know what we've been together, what we've been through. I'll be honest, we ain't been through no real rough stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but we done have them days.
But we say we haven't been through rough stuff according to us, right? Because every situation is different, every
Correct.
couple is different, every what people go through are different, right? I've been talking about it a lot. Um, just how we all bring our own experiences into every situation. Me and you, we talk about it all the time. We go to the same place or we watch the same movie and you take something one way and I'm telling you about something else that I saw in the movie and we catch different things or we react to the same thing in different ways, right? We all bring our own, and I'm going to use this word, but we all bring our own baggage, right? We all bring our own stuff from our childhoods, our past relationships, our culture. If you're not, in the same culture with your spouse or significant other, you bring all that stuff with you. What you saw growing up in your household with your parents or a single parent, whatever that is, you bring it with you, right? Because when we started, I came from a single mom and I came from a place where most of the women in the neighborhood were single moms that I knew growing up. There were maybe two couples that I could look to and say, this is what marriage should look like, and that's what marriage was for me. But being raised by a single mom, right, I kept a lot of my independent ways, right, and especially in the beginning, right, that was our biggest struggles, right. That was baggage that I brought with me, that I thought being married was me and you, not me and you, me and you. But I understand now and have for many years now that it's us. It's me and you as our own package. So when I hear about these numbers and stuff, and y'all, I just got on here because again I'm nosy, and he wanted me to be a part of this video. I told him I wasn't even going to talk, and look at me. But when I hear about these numbers and I hear about situations where people can't, especially during the quarantine and having to stay home, they're having a hard time with their spouse or significant other. When I think about us, I just think when I finally decided, that it was us and me and you, he's my best friend. So I don't know how all of you have built your relationships, but I'm hoping that your spouse, your person, is your best friend that you can communicate on about
Exactly.
anything,
Correct.
and that they get you. Like, he gets me. He knows my crankiness, he knows my happiness, he knows my likes and dislikes. He gets me. I get him. And that's all been part of our growth together as a couple. So, when I hear that there's struggles, I think that's the root of that is that you guys have to start building that friendship all over again. Because the longer you're married, you're changing. You're changing as a human every single day with life experiences. In addition to the baggage you bring, you're growing. You're growing every single day and changing your likes and dislikes, the things you tolerate and don't tolerate. That communication has to stay constant. I'm gonna stop talking now.
So,
Let you talk.
so what I'm gonna say to that is, I know my wife very well.
Mhm.
She didn't think about getting on the video. I took her. She got a haircut. She's here with me.
Look at me. I look cute, right? Thanks,
My
y'all.
wife is so beautiful. But the reality of it is, people have come up to us, friends of ours, and want us to help them. I mean, the first time I did this, we wasn't even together that long, you know. We was already married. We got married, like 6 months after we started together. Um, eh, we got convicted by the Lord and said we gotta do the right thing. You go into church, but you're not married. But that's another thing, you
Yeah.
know. Each to his own. We're not here to criticize nobody or judge nobody or nothing like that. But something that me and my wife did that I ask a lot of people, have they done that, is we got to the root of our own lives to one another. I told her who I went with, who I didn't went to, what to expect from me, what not to expect, what I like, what I didn't like, and she did the same. That don't mean that just because we did that, everything was no. That ain't the way it go. And the thing with this is, this young couple used to work with me, and when I was working in the cafeteria, he said, "Man, I envy you," and he didn't even know me that well. But I mean, he always seen me happy. He always seen me think, and everything always was my wife. I worked in the cafeteria. A girl used to talk to me. Oh yeah, my wife would like that. That's some good food. My wife like it. Always find a way to bring my wife up in my conversations. And so he figured everything was roses and peaches. He never heard me badmouth my wife at all, and he'll never do it either. He will never hear that. But anyway. He come up to me and he says, "Man, I would like for you guys, you could talk to us." And I said, "Okay." I never turned down anybody that asked for any kind of help. If I could do it, I could do it. If I can't, I can't. And I said, "So, what's going on? That you feel that you're having these problems?" He said, "Because when we used to be friends," I said, "Okay, let's stop the conversation." He came to the house and that's what he said. I said, "Used to be friends? That's where your matrimony went. That's where you went. You can't stop being friends. That's what got you together. That's the root of your relationship. You can't do that because you lose everything." And another time I have talked. If I talk to a guy by himself, that's the way it's gonna stay between me and him. I will not talk to his wife about it. I won't talk to my wife about it. It's between me and him. But you know how many guys have come and, "Oh, is that we having problems? We can't communicate. That's why I'm talking to you." And I said, "But did you tell her? You telling me? Did you talk to her the way you talk to me?" "No, because," I said, "Okay, that's an issue. There's a right time for everything. If you cannot speak when she's angry, because when you're angry, you lock, right? And your defense mode goes up, and you don't want to hear it. It's a block. Me and my wife, we've told, when you're happy, play this game. We found games for matrimonies, husband and wife, asking each other questions in a game. You do that while you're happy, because two people angry is not gonna get it. You're not gonna do it, you know. And I'm not a psychiatrist or nothing like that, but I tell you one thing: if you go to a psychiatrist and you tell them what you told me, he's gonna tell you the same thing. He might say it to you in a different way, right? More educated, he'll tell you in a completely different thing. The thing is, it's sad. The thing about this is that it's sad. When you start getting uptight and all that, sometimes you need to sit down and reminisce. And I'm willing to bet there probably been more good times than bad times, you know? And my favorite thing that I always say, don't get like no sport fan, that you root them, and then when they make a mistake, that's it. You don't want them no more. Throw them out the team. Throw this relationship out the door. Don't do that. You know? It's and I tell you what, if you could do that and then find somebody that you're never gonna go through any problems with, then do it.
Yeah.
And make me a believer, because I don't believe you're gonna find somebody that's gonna be perfect. Jesus is the only perfect one. And he tells us how to be with a matrimony. You're supposed to be together forever, you know? And you know, I'm not a fortune teller, nothing like that. But
You
who's
not
to
want them
say?
Mercado?
No, not what them Mercado. So who's gonna say that, God forbid, we break up one day?
Till death do us
But-
part,
but-
y'all. Look
Yeah,
at this video.
she already
live.
told me.
Till
I don't
death
want her to get in
do
trouble.
us
But I'm
part.
telling you, she told me she was gonna kill
If
me.
you don't want me to get in trouble, don't tell.
She's gonna kill me.
Till death do us part.
But
One
no.
of us gotta go first.
And but the reality of it is, family, don't let the devil win. That's my thing. Don't let the devil win.
Yeah.
Right? Don't give in.
Yeah.
Think about everything you've been through with that person. And you got to where you was, you know, you got to all the good times,
Yeah.
right? To start all over again. What you gonna benefit? Because being a man, I tell you, a man, when he talks to a woman, he looks for her weakness. He's gonna talk to her about what he knows she's going through, and you swear that he's the man for you. Don't go for that. And guys, the same way. You got girls out there that, you know, oh, you don't need to put up with her for that, you know, blah, 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 blah. Misery likes company. That's what I can say, you know. And I say this, you know, and listen to me. This is my third marriage.
And last.
This is my third marriage.
And last.
I'm friends with both of my ex-wives.
Me too.
You know, she's friends with them. You never have talked bad about them.
No.
How could you live with somebody for 20 years, 15 years, and then badmouth them? How? You must have liked it if you stood that long.
I'm being a chismosa.
But the reality of it is, you know, could things happen? You know, I'm not going to say you can't fall out of love or, you know, whatever, something ain't working the right way. It could be worked out. Either for, you know, I call it bad. To say I can't be with you no more, I say that's bad. You know, I feel that there's a remedy for everything in life. You could fix anything if you really want to.
If you really want to. That's
That's-
really important what you just said there.
If you really want to.
If you really want to, if you're willing to fight for it. Like, marriage is not for the weak, y'all. This
Mhm.
is hard. This is hard. It's hard work. I've been talking to some people and, you know, telling them you have to decide every day that this is your person, this is who you're going to be with, that you're going to stay here every day. And you have to be willing to fight for it. No matter what happens, you have to be willing to fight for it. If you're both not willing to fight for it, then you're wasting your time. But it's a commitment that you made. It's a commitment before God that you made. And, you know, that's what I have on my Facebook page, right? What God has joined together, let no man tear asunder. You know, this is it. It's for life. I never planned to be married. I planned to be a single girl, a single mom, and live my best life like I thought my mama was doing and all the women that I saw growing up. you know, but being married is the best thing I've done, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. He's my person. You guys know he's my favorite. Don't let him fool you. You
Yeah,
know he's my favorite.
I love my wife dearly.
Mhm.
God is great. God is great.
Amen.
I always say this, you're probably tired of me saying this, but I really believe that my wife was a gift to God, from God to me. You know? She's helped me a lot in going in the right direction as a person, as to respect others, you know, Bible-wise. I mean, every way that she could. Help me. And you know, the good thing about that is that I still tell her I love God first. And she's
Amen.
okay with that.
Amen.
So when you tell your spouse that you love God more, that person should accept that. Because I don't think that if I didn't have God in my life, I wouldn't love my wife the way I love her today.
Amen.
So yeah, I love him first. And think about it, you know. Just it's something to think about. It's not the time for that, you know.
There's a lot going on in the world, yeah.
Too much to think. You know, one thing I don't tolerate, and whoever read my book knows about it, is domestic violence. You know, but I'm not going to speak about that now. What I want to speak about is don't let the devil beat you.
Yeah. Stay together.
Don't let him get into your life and destroy it, because that's what it is. It's destroying. Work yourself into your relationship the way you was before. If you was there once, you could do it again. We fall down, but we get up.
Amen.
That's all I got to say. I love you guys. Real Talk with Victor. Hope to see you soon. And God bless every single one of you. Bye.